What's good, everyone? This is Dev the Coolest.
And this is Ray Bay.
And this is JB.
And welcome to Slick Talk.
Hashtag Slick Talk.
Hey,
welcome to hashtag
welcome
Slick
back.
Talk.
Okay, no song today. This is a shooting the shit episode.
It is.
One of your favorites episodes.
I love shooting the shit.
I know, because we just, there's no agenda.
Especially now because, man, I'm feeling this hangover right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Y'all was apparently turned up.
Yes, lit.
Y'all don't know about the little secret to making sure that you don't get a hangover the next day?
We drink water?
No, I take a Tylenol before I go to sleep.
Well, BC powder.
What?
You guys never heard of
Big
BC
cock?
powder? Y'all never heard of BC powder? Oh wow!
I've heard of BC powder.
Yeah, go to the gas station. It's like a thing that they like. I think it's mostly done like probably like in the down south and the East Coast or whatever.
Mm-hmm. What is it
like,
though?
It's just like a powder. It's like a medicine kind of. I think it's like an aspirin or something.
Okay.
It's like a powder.
And you snort it or what do you do?
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can do whatever you like, sis. I personally don't snort it. I personally don't snort it.
You like mix it in with your water?
Yeah, so you can mix it in with your water. So what I usually do is I just dump it out on my tongue and I just start drinking a water bottle.
Okay.
I do that before I start drinking.
And so the next day you're good.
Yes.
Well, I need to get a gallon of that.
Shout out to the homie Orlando for putting me on.
Come on, Orlando.
I usually don't have hangovers because I usually do like tequila blanco. But for some reason, I don't know what came over me. I started with vodka last night.
I don't know what came over me.
I don't know what came over me.
I love those. I love that. If somebody starts off with that, listen, I don't know what came over me, but last night,
I'm all ears.
I'll be all ears. I'll be like, ooh, I'm ready.
It's gonna be good.
It.
But I mean, I do have a little question for y'all. What is the sexiest name you've ever been called?
Ooh.
Like a little pet name.
I don't know.
Okay, so for me, I don't know why I'm embarrassed to say it. It was Lil Daddy.
Little Daddy?
When I was in Atlanta.
Okay,
And
come
getting
on,
hit from
Little
the back.
Daddy. I can see it.
Okay, with the
I
accent
can see
too.
it. And then he goes, okay, I'll be Little Daddy, but everything ain't little.
Hello.
Okay. No, but for me, the sexiest thing, I mean, I guess I would say like Big Daddy.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Because
so what's
it
yours,
was crazy.
medium daddy?
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna do another round with the XXX ones.
Oh,
But mine.
Damn.
Would be,
okay. It's a new
Somebody
side of
call
Ray.
me Aqua Poppy.
Alco?
What?
Alco?
Aqua Poppy.
Aqua.
Oh, no.
Like
I
Aquarius.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's deep. They know your sign and
We're
everything.
talking about like signs and stuff.
Oh,
and
They
okay.
went into
feeling
it. They said
myself.
Aqua Poppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was he black?
No,
Oh,
it was Latin.
so yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
next question. No, I'm just kidding.
What's the
That's
next?
a
You
song.
said you have another one?
Same question, but what is
Oh.
the X-rated like pet name somebody ever gave you?
Bitch.
Damn.
X-rated
Like,
pet name?
yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
To be honest with you, I really don't. I mean, all jokes aside, I really don't be liking to get called nothing outside just my name.
Oh, okay.
Please don't call me
No,
Daddy.
that turns me on. Call me my
No.
name. Like
I
you
know,
say
I said
damn
outside of
Dev,
my
like
name.
that turns me on. But when you say
Yeah.
like
Yeah, if you do something like
damn
that,
little
like
daddy
damn.
or like, it's
Or you
like,
know
okay.
what? In the middle of sex, if somebody were to say, "Damn, bruh," I'll be like, "Ah!" Okay, so for y'all that's listening, if you get a chance to have an experience with me,
Just say,
if you say
damn,
that,
bruh.
if you say, no, you gotta slow it down. Damn, bruh. I'd be like, oh shit, who is this?
Okay,
Yeah, so
see,
that's
Ray,
that.
look at you done got started. What about
What?
you? What's your
Okay.
X-rated one?
Pretty dick.
Okay, child. Okay. Pretty motherfucker.
Y'all gotta
That's
leave.
hilarious.
Y'all gotta leave. I was not ready. What
I
is
wasn't
this
ready for that as
episode? What is
well.
this episode?
I don't know.
Ray's the one who led it, which is surprising. He's
I
the
know,
most conservative on the show.
What? Conservative.
Mm-hmm. He's the most.
Oh my
conservative.
God.
I didn't mind, y'all.
I did not need to know that about y'all. Okay. I am so weak, but I love it.
Yes.
What's happening right now?
We shooting the shit.
What's
Yeah.
happening in media? T.I. T.I. going
This
to the
guy.
gynecologist. How do y'all do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree?
Disagree.
He's been going to the gynecologist with his daughter to make sure that her hymen is still intact. And it's been proven that the hymen can be broken other ways, like riding a bike
Yeah.
or doing yoga, or
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't have to be from penetration.
Or
so.
sticking a tampon, I think somebody said.
Right, yep, tampons or a dildo.
Exactly.
So,
Right.
But how do y'all feel about the situation? Would y'all do that with your
Everybody's
daughter?
like, right.
I would never do that to my daughter, ever. I think there is a point where you teach your kids to not, that you don't trust them. And that's pretty much taking away their ability to show you that they're grown. Like, you have to prove it to them every time. And what is that going to do to her when she gets in relationships? Like, if she's with a guy that's, let's say, he's not trusting at all, and he doesn't believe anything you say, is always stressing you about, oh, you're talking to somebody else, and you always got to prove to them that you're not doing something. I just feel like you're setting your child up for so many, like,
hide stuff from you.
Pretty much just start saving for therapy right now.
Yeah. For me, so I don't agree with him going with her and doing all that. I don't agree with him doing that. But I will say, in addition to that, I would say that if he is worried for whatever reasons, because I'm not 100% sure why he said it was necessary. I don't think he gave context on why he said it was necessary on why he does it. But for whatever those reasons are, if he's really curious about it, I feel like I would be more comfortable with him just sending her mom or his wife or something.
Right. Why don't you send
if
the mom
you're really
to go?
that curious for whatever reason?
But this nigga is okay with his son
woman.
having sex. That's younger than her.
Double standards.
Yeah.
It's complete double standards. Just like I have a friend who is a woman and her and her brother both live in a house with their parents, and literally they allow her brother's girlfriend to come and spend the night and everything like that. But when it comes to her, like her husband or her boyfriend or whatever can't come and spend the night. Like he has to leave. And it's like, why is that? Like, you're older than your brother and you don't, so it's just a double standard.
Yeah.
But I ultimately believe that if there is some curiosity, if she's still living underneath their roof and he wants to know, then the husband and wife need to come to an agreement or terms and say, hey, can you go with her just to make sure this is still in line, which I don't really believe is necessary, because it's going to happen either way. It's going to happen any other time.
Right.
Yeah.
She can be giving head. She be getting done in the butt. Like, there's a lot of ways that you can have sex without it being vaginal.
Yeah.
So I assume that you believe that he shouldn't go as well. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and then there was this whole argument with people saying like, oh, y'all didn't grow up with fathers, so y'all don't understand, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, that's not the case.
Yeah,
like,
that's not it.
That's not it at all. Like, that's just an invasion of privacy, and people are going to do what the fuck they want to do regardless.
Yeah. I mean, you're crossing
I
your
don't think
kids'
that's okay.
boundaries before they even...
If it were me, it would put me in a space of I can't talk to you about anything because you don't trust me.
Exactly. And you're already showing me that if I ever engage in some kind of behavior where you're just experimenting, that you would reject me.
Right. I'm like, Daddy, why are you in my pussy?
Exactly.
Woo!
Damn. Well, I mean, that
I wasn't ready.
But no, really, like,
you're looking at it as Daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be the name of a movie. Daddy, why you in my pussy?
My
Well, I'm
God.
just saying, like,
wait.
because Daddy can go both ways.
I mean, it's
But
really...
isn't that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, though? Like,
I'm
he's
just
really
actually
in his
really, I'm
daughter's
just really
vagina.
surprised that he's doing that.
Right.
Like with his background, with T.I.'s background, like,
and what he's been
and
doing,
what he's
and
been
his
doing,
shooting,
everything
and
like
he's
that.
been done- and that's why.
That's why he's worried, because he know how he treats women. That's why.
but that has nothing to. But how he treats women has nothing to do with how she is handling her body.
Right.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
And that,
like,
he got that girl spooked. Did you see the video with her and Regine?
oh,
Regine
yeah.
was twerking, and
Yeah.
they were all in somewhere, and they were twerking, and she was like, she looked in the video, she was like, who is this? What's it? She ran. She got the fuck ASAP.
Yeah.
Out of there.
I mean, there's definitely a way to like parent and be a good parent and everything like that. But
Yeah.
it's like people.
Well, I mean, he can't do it by example anymore.
Exactly.
Well, that's been long ago
Yeah.
since she was a baby.
Yeah.
So,
But the next thing, I mean, changing topics a little bit off of that.
Yeah, let's get off of that.
Yeah, my thing. Have you guys heard about the petition that's been going around to stop the execution of Rodney Reed?
yes,
What do you guys think about that?
I think
I
it's
signed it.
I think it's something that people should really look into, because we're talking about the prison system and how it fails black people altogether, and the justice system. So it's kind of like sad, like, all the evidence, is not pointing to him committing this crime. And we're still trying to figure out how to not let this man die for a crime he may have not committed.
So I want to start off. Sorry, and I'm gonna let Dev the Coolest go. I want to start off by saying I've signed the petition myself, and I do hope that the execution is stopped until they can investigate more and potentially get him out of prison.
Yeah.
I will say that to start off with, but also what I will say is I want to speak to someone. I'm up here spitting on the mic, y'all.
Come on, slob on the knob.
Dang. Come on. I want to speak to someone. I'm going to wipe it off. I want to speak to someone that has the opposing view. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that wants him executed?
No, that not necessarily saying that he needs to get executed. Yeah. But I want at least somebody to give me reasons on why they believe that it shouldn't be overturned, because obviously it hasn't been overturned yet. Like they haven't stopped it and said let's do an investigation.
I want to
there are
them
people
too,
on the other side. I just want to have a conversation with them and be like, it's not going to change my perspective, because I don't believe in a death penalty. Like that's my stance. I don't believe in death penalty. So it's not going to change my stance on believing that he shouldn't. But I like to be challenged. Like I want my perspective to be challenged on something as crucial as this. We're talking about somebody's life, right? So that's what I was.
And I mean that right there is one of the number one reasons why I argue against the death penalty, because you could be killing innocent people,
and you have killed innocent.
Absolutely
and there's been so many cases where you found evidence of somebody committing a series of crime. And then that one of the people that you already, executed, was not the perpetrator of that. So,
absolutely.
Go ahead.
Oh, what am I supposed to be? My perspective on it?
What am I supposed to be? Are you dozing off? If you're dozing off, that means our listeners are dozing off.
No, they're not dozing off.
Okay.
I'm hungover.
Let this be a lesson. Don't get hungover before the studio
before
session.
You start recording.
Calling them out.
Right.
Especially with these lights in my eyes right now.
Girl, these lights ain't doing nothing to you.
Damn, whole ass girl.
Are you hungover?
Not calling him a girl. He got a pretty dick.
Wow. Okay, let's get
back
to
the
the
topic.
Let's
get
get back to
it.
But we were talking about a serious topic.
Those girls are pretty quick.
I do have a pretty dick.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Too much.
So I just want you to expound upon like what you believe when it comes to like him possibly being executed and
I think it's wrong.
Innocent man.
Just period, point blank period. I think it's wrong, especially if it's they don't have concrete DNA evidence that he did what they have him in jail for, or anyone. That's why I'm just kind of saying it in a general state. They shouldn't execute the person until they have concrete evidence. Like, period. And I would love to meet a person that thinks he should be executed without having actual evidence that he committed the crime. I would love to meet the person.
I think one of the me too. I think one of the worries. And I can't speak for that other side that want him executed or don't want to go through with not making him executed, is that if you set a precedence of literally taking this man off of death row and investigating whether he murdered somebody, or it can set a pattern for doing that for everybody that's on death row.
We'll do
and
it.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't see that, but I can see why if that's one of the worries that they have.
Right.
It's like this is going to take time. This is going to take effort. This is going to take money
instead of just
to do
killing
all
a human
that.
being.
But it's like, listen, this is somebody's life. You have to do everything that you need to do to make sure that this person is actually.
If it didn't come out their mouth and they didn't say they actually did it, or there's no actual evidence concretely tying them to the crime.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let people know right now the appeals process, from what I know, is a joke. Is a complete joke.
It's a joke. Okay.
Yeah, it's a joke. Like literally, somebody that's on death row, I can tell you right now that if their attorney is doing the right thing and if they really care about their life, up to they are executed, they have tons and tons of appeals trying to stop them from at least being executed.
Yeah,
but it's a joke because the stacks are like really against somebody that's already behind bars. Yeah, especially somebody that doesn't have money to really fight. Fight the case.
Right.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Right.
But I think this is one of the reasons why I also I'm grateful for social media, right? Because we have a voice and we're watching, and you can see, that's one of the positive things about social media, because we can bring awareness in that way. Because these things been happening with the justice system, and people literally said he may not be the killer, but if we start doing this, then they're gonna always use it as a way to stop us from executing somebody else.
Exactly.
So I definitely, I'm thankful that we have a voice and we can, in a way, come together.
Yes.
Like, what is the word I'm looking for? That doesn't
Unite.
matter. Unite, you know, and just able to sign a petition to stop it.
Yeah.
Because no judge that's in charge of this, like, I'm going to do this anyway, is going to be able to work.
Exactly.
Again.
So I do want to switch to a lighter kind of like topic, because that's really, really heavy. We're talking about somebody's life.
Yes.
But I do want you guys to educate yourselves on this case, like the listeners, to educate yourself on this case and find out some facts. And if you agree that he shouldn't be executed, or if you sign the petition to get this man at least a stay, so that they can investigate more. That's all they're asking for right now, is so they can investigate more, and whatever that leads to is whatever that leads to. But yeah, so moving forward, I feel like we should talk about what's going on in the love and hip hop LA kind of realm. You know what I'm saying?
A little segue.
Like, literally, what is going on? Because, you know, back in the day, I know we all was B2K fans.
Right.
I know we are. Well, were you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if you are familiar. I personally only watch, like, little small bites of the show. I'm not a religious watcher and everything like that.
I used to be.
But I watch, like, certain episodes where I'm like, okay, so this is interesting.
Yeah.
Dev, do you want to, Dev the Coolest, do you want to let Ray know some context behind what's going on?
Oh, I know what's going on.
So basically, Omarion baby mama fucking his best friend.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I don't think they're best friends.
Really. Or his bandmate.
Yeah.
His bandmate. Yeah.
That's
so
it.
Yeah, I know.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I guess it's situational. You know, if Omarion is not tripping, then go ahead.
And
Omarion is unbothered boots.
But everybody keep on saying that Omarion's unbothered. Is he really unbothered just because
he
hasn't
posted
on social media, he
anything.
hasn't posted or said anything?
Touche.
Like, people can say, I want to be on Omarion's level of unbothered. Do we really know he's unbothered? Because when you think about it, I'm not even going to lie. I low-key would be bothered.
Oh, I'm very
bothered. This is the mother of my child.
Exactly.
Of my kids.
Because there's still a relationship there.
This is the mother of my kids, and then this is a man that I grew up with.
Right.
You know, that was
was on the tour. Just was on the tour with him.
Just was on the tour. That is a brother. And granted, you could take the responsible route and be like, well, I'm happy if they found love and everything like that. But to me, there's like a level of loyalty that I would hold for like a friend or a brother.
But we also don't know what conversations they may have had.
Yeah,
Liz and Omarion too. So they may have had a conversation with each other.
That's very true.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And personally, I understand how it could be uncomfortable. But I'm also believe that we don't own people. Yeah. We can't dictate what they can and cannot do. No matter how connected to us they are. They're still human beings who want what they want. And just honor that. Like, live your life, do you. And I wouldn't focus on it, because if we're not in a relationship anymore, you are free to be whatever adult that you're doing, as long as my child is cared for, and whoever you bring into the situation is not harmful in any way to my child.
That's a good thing too. Maybe he feels like, I know this man, I've known him all my life, so I trust him. Yeah. You know, if you're gonna be with somebody, be with him. That takes a lot of maturity. It takes a special level of maturity to be able to do that, because I can't.
And I mean, it takes a lot of emotional intelligence. You know, just like what reaction is really my ego, and what reaction is like really like what I'm feeling. Like, okay, if we broke up like a year ago and now you dated my best friend, I would feel some type of way. Yeah. But if it's been like 3-4 years, you've been in and out of other relationships. I mean, either way.
No,
you know?
Absolutely.
They have history for sure.
I'm personally,
how would you feel if something like that happened to you right now? So let's put a little spin on slick talk.
Come on, spin on slick.
So say, for example, you was in a relationship and you know, let's even add a kid to it. Let's say, for example, you was in a long-term relationship. You guys were together for like 7 years and you guys adopted a kid or had a kid. You guys had a kid involved. And, you know, we have our show and everything like this. And I went and ended up, after you guys got broken up, I went up and started, being in a relationship with your ex.
Well, how long?
What do you mean?
How long after?
Let's say you guys were together for 7 years. Let's say I got with your ex.
Damn, 7 years.
Yeah, you guys were together for 7 years. I don't know, just that. Let's say that I got with your ex probably 3 years after the fact.
I wouldn't mind.
You wouldn't mind?
No. I would be over that relationship, so I wouldn't be tied to it emotionally in that way.
I would mind.
Because the thing is, as friends,
yeah,
they're going to
there's a level of loyalty.
They're going to eventually be around, though. Like,
and not even only that, too. It's just like, so I mean, all these thoughts in your mind, like, so this whole time that I was in a relationship with this man, you could have potentially been peeping him out, or were you guys doing anything behind my back, or like, it's just like you can have security in yourself that know that maybe that really didn't matter at that time,
right? Yeah. But I think to Ray's point, like at that point, if I even have a remnant of thought of that. Like, it's like, well, fuck it. Like, you weren't for me. If you were looking at my friend the whole time, have fun. Good riddance. You know,
and
you weren't
just
for me.
Be cool with your friends still.
I mean, I'll be cool with my friend, but we'll have to have a conversation.
Yeah. If
I guess, yeah.
But I wouldn't. I personally, I would not do that.
So here's the thing. If y'all were
well, if you say that you wouldn't do it, that means that there's probably an issue with it. Then
there has
if you wouldn't do it,
because I have morals. But
if
my friend does it.
Then you want to be friends with the person that doesn't have morals.
I mean, that's a moral that they don't have.
That's my point.
Okay,
sorry,
here's
Rico.
the thing.
They have other morals, I'm sure.
I really focus on how does this really affect me, right? So if two people that I know, and like if an ex is dating somebody that I'm friends with, but there was a respectable amount of time between our relationship, and they found something within each other, and there was no going behind my back, there was no like cheating with each other after like during my relationship, I wouldn't have a problem, or even have a problem still being friends with them. Because you can't tell who would have a genuine connection.
Yeah.
And I don't think that a friend, people can recognize somebody's attractive, but it's not until you really, really like date them and get to know them that you know if you click with them. So you could like, oh, okay, this is a good person, right? This is a good person, and they're with you. And then after we broke up, and you're like, oh, wow, this is actually really aligning with me.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't stop people from exploring that.
I get that. I mean, the takeaway is that and all parties have to be mature and responsible and respectful.
Honest.
Yes. Yeah. So shout out to Amarion. Shout out to Lil Fizz. Shout out to Moniece. Yes. Shout out to April.
Everyone involved.
Everybody involved and the kids.
Yeah.
Because everybody is affected, and you never know how somebody's going to be affected, but you definitely got to,
they should just do a real poly situation. All four of them should just
sometimes it takes a sitting down and have a real conversation with them for you to realize, I see this. I can see it. Okay. I'm over it. I'm over whatever, you don't feel rejected in any kind of way. I feel that's one of the most mature things that you can do. It's like understanding that even though personally it's not ideal for you, but you're just happy for someone else because yours is coming.
That is very responsible, bro. I'm proud of you. That ain't me though.
I'm proud of you.
That ain't me though. Yeah. Fuck you and fuck that nigga. Y'all could go in and do something, but y'all can be happily married. I don't want to be involved in that. I don't know. That's just me. I'm happy that I
just feel personally that's a good way to like stop your own blessings. Is have that kind of negative energy towards something that's not.
It's not a negative energy. It's just kind of like an indifferent. Like I don't want to be involved in that. Like I don't hope that you guys don't make it.
Fuck you. That's a negative.
Fuck
energy.
you. Don't be in my energy.
That's negative energy.
Like goodbye. Yeah. But I mean, it's not a consistent kind of like, oh, I wonder what them motherfuckers do. Fuck them. Holding on to the energy. It's that point. Like, I don't want anything involved in it. Anyways, what else is going on, y'all? What else is going on?
There's a lot going on. How do y'all feel about Instagram hiding their likes?
Wait, what?
I know Instagram's talking about hiding likes. Ooh. So people don't see how many likes you have on each picture. How do y'all feel about that?
You're asking the wrong person.
I know you don't care.
He's not really in such.
I am,
but I guess think overall though, like beyond, like people that are like influencers, people that they're living is based off of Instagram.
Leave a comment.
Well, touche.
I mean, that is a touche.
It means more.
And also, I mean, they're not taking away the actual fact that you have these followers, right? If you go to somebody's page, it still shows that you have 3.1 million followers.
And you get to see how many likes you have, but they're hiding it from everyone else to see how many likes.
I can see how it would affect, like, on a, like, okay, let's say you're promoting a product or something. But, I mean, likes are not even really about that. You don't know what they like about the picture. Yeah. You don't know if they like the product or the person that's showing it.
That's very true.
So,
and more than likely,
a lot of people out here promoting shit, and it's like, they're and people are liking it based upon the person that is promoting it, but they don't necessarily care for what they're promoting. So I totally get that.
It could possibly. Go ahead.
I think we're smart enough to kind of like know that if you have a certain amount of followers, that generally you're going to be getting this amount of likes if they were still here. Yeah. So on a promotional side, or for somebody that's a social media kind of like, what is it? Social media, what is it? Influencer?
Influencer, yeah.
Yeah, if they're a social media influencer, they shouldn't be too much worried about whether it shows how many likes they get on the post or not. Because if they can see it, they can still send that to potential people.
You can show that to people.
You can show people like, oh, this is how many pictures. I mean, this is how many likes I got on this picture or whatever. This is how many followers I get.
Nicki Minaj went on and she was upset about it.
As she should.
Well,
because she can be upset about whatever the fuck she want to do. She's
damn.
The fuck? She could be upset about everything. Just don't call her angry.
Damn.
You know what? I think this is where I see there could be an issue. You know how now companies and like, especially when it comes to entertainment, they look for people with the following.
Yeah.
People can buy their followers and act like they have a following, and then you won't really know by determining what likes they get. From their picture.
Is true.
That's true.
That is very true.
That's true.
So, but at the same time, if people want to get, if people are as talented as they are and can do the job, then it shouldn't matter how many followers they got.
I think like hiding the likes will be good for overall. Like, it's like if you're posting a picture, like you're posting it to post it, right?
Exactly.
Like, and like JB said, like if you need to sell something to someone to show that you get this amount of likes, you can still do that.
Yeah, you can still do that.
But everybody else don't need to see how many likes you're getting.
Yeah.
I do want to cover one thing because this conversation will be coming out soon. I do want to cover one thing while it's still hot and juicy. And since Nicki Minaj's name was brought up, recently there was some drama again by Cardi B saying something on Twitter and then deleting it.
What did she say?
She's supposed to be this hardcore bitch. Why did she say stuff and then deletes it? She basically said, because I passed up on it.
Because I passed up on what?
On the song. So Nicki Minaj just came out with a song featuring an artist, and then she was rapping like 5 seconds in Spanish.
Yeah.
And Cardi B tweeted, because I passed up on it.
Y'all should know how I feel about just women being against each other.
It's not women. I'm so tired of people trying to say that both sides are playing a part. When somebody's at fault,
ain't saying shit.
That's what I'm saying.
I know,
somebody's at fault. That person is at fault. Nicki hasn't been saying anything, throwing any shots or anything at anybody right now.
She's married and pregnant.
She's married and not pregnant. And Cardi B comes out of the blue and just like, because I passed up on it. Sis, like, why? Why do we need to keep on?
She wants to remain relevant. I feel.
Okay, she wants to what?
Remain relevant. I like Cardi B. Like, I'm not a stan of either of them, but I just think some things are unnecessary. Like, if you're going to do what you need to do what you need to do. Like, put out songs. Like, why did you pass up on it?
Exactly.
I just have to say that Nicki Minaj's Spanish on that song was
really,
on point.
really,
was
really
it?
good.
It was on point.
Very good.
Okay. I know
right.
it was, today, but I'm a little biased when it comes to Nicki.
Muy bien.
Oh, I'm glad you admit that.
I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a grown man.
I think that's childish. But again, celebrities sometimes their insecurities come up, especially when it comes to somebody that you put against all the time.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate because I think people should do a lot of work.
Sorry to that man,
especially when you are gonna be in the limelight, because it's called the fame monster for a reason.
Exactly,
like, it's gonna really bring out your ugly side.
Sorry to that man.
Just show love.
Sorry to that man.
Show love. Shut up. Sorry to that man. Ain't no man involved. Woman. Sorry to that woman. I don't know who this woman
sorry
is.
to that. I don't know. If I saw him walking down the street, I wouldn't
even know. Sorry to this man.
Sorry to this man.
But yeah, that was a good conversation.
Oh yeah. Oh, we gotta end it. Okay.
You know.
I knew I did. Thank y'all so much for listening to another episode. I love our shooting the shit episodes.
I love it.
Literally us just talking about shit.
Exactly. Running our mouths.
And then there's so much more to talk about, but
exactly.
we're at time. So thank y'all for listening, and we'll see y'all next week.
Thanks so much. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, love y'all.
This episode of #Slick Talk was brought to you in part by Nexus Recording Studio. If you're looking for a place to record your next EP or your podcast, please check out Nexus Recording Studio, where the Bay records.